Hey everyone, welcome back to this iSafeComplete.com tech update. Bob, it's already time for another one.
That's right, tech update. We want to stay on top of all the current issues and keep
Right.
everybody informed of what they needed to be doing to keep their network secure.
Absolutely. Bob Stamper, introduce yourself. Tell us who you are.
Yeah, I'm Bob Stamper, owner and CEO of iSafeComplete. Okay. We're a managed IT service provider.
Okay.
Serving here in Central Kentucky, lots of businesses and organizations, and we just make sure everybody's secure and that their businesses are functional. So
secure and safe.
Secure and safe.
All right.
And functional.
And functional. And functional, because you got to have functional.
That's right. So that's one of the things we're going to talk about today is the difference between what we call a break-fix model and managed IT services. I still talk to people all the time that don't really understand what managed IT is.
Right.
And so it's much like a reactive model versus a proactive model.
Gotcha.
And so if you're just waiting for things to break in your business and then you call somebody to come fix it, that's what we call break-fix or reactive IT services.
Reactive IT, right.
And so unfortunately, a lot of times the results of that, your downtime just keeps dragging on. Cyber threats can slip through the cracks because you've got all kinds of holes there.
Right.
Small issues keep snowballing into bigger ones, and you have no fallback when your IT guy's out of town or something, right? So
you've got nobody to call.
Yeah.
You've got nobody to rely on.
That's right. So the opposite of that is managed IT, which is proactive support.
Right. Okay.
And usually that's going to include like 24/7 monitoring. Your patches, updates to your software are going to be managed and controlled by your IT provider. Usually they're going to handle backups of your data. You usually have a whole team of experts, and here's a really cool thing, your costs are predictable.
Yes, you know what those are going to be.
That's right. So with break-fix, you just never know when you're going to get that $10,000 bill or $1,000 bill or whatever it is.
Sure.
But with managed IT, you can pretty much budget and tell what your costs are going to be.
It's kind of like preemptive maintenance.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's really the only model that puts the business and the IT provider on the same page.
Okay.
Because here's the thing, Randy, we're all in business to make money, right?
Yes, absolutely. Gotta have it.
If you're in a break-fix model, your IT guy only makes money when you have problems.
Right.
And so if you have a managed IT service provider, then both your business and the IT company are more profitable when you don't have any problems.
Yes.
And so that's what you want. So that's what we recommend for everybody.
Okay. You don't want to be reactive. You want to be proactive. Isn't that most things in life?
That's absolutely right.
You should
That's
be
right.
proactive.
Yeah. Quadrant
not reactive.
Quadrant number 2, if you're a James or Kumi.
That's right.
7 Habits.
7 Habits. That's right.
Yeah.
Questions you should be asking your IT professional now.
Yes. So these are some things that you should be asking your IT guy. Is our EDR antivirus up to date? And I added EDR there to make sure antivirus isn't enough anymore.
Okay.
So you've got to have EDR.
Okay.
Are there any patches that need to be installed?
Okay.
When was the last time our data was backed up?
Important.
And then when was the last time there was a restore test done?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so a lot of people skip over that step.
Okay.
And then is MFA enabled on all of our accounts?
Yes.
So you want to make sure that that's definitely in place.
Right.
Is any of our equipment nearing end of life? And we're going to talk about that in a minute because we got Windows 10 that's coming out soon.
Absolutely.
And then finally, are we compliant with regulatory requirements? And so that's a big one. A lot of people, most companies now.
Compliance is very important.
That's right. So these are questions that you should be, or conversations that you should be having with your IT provider.
Okay.
And if you're not having those, or they're not having those conversations with you as a business owner, that's kind of a red flag. So you want to make sure that they're looking out for your best interest, making sure, because you're not the IT person, they are, and they need to be proactive in that, making sure you're doing what you need to be doing.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
Also, what are some things you're not to give out in detailed messages? That I found that interesting in outgoing messages.
Yeah, so a lot of people, and we're coming up on summertime, right?
Yes,
so people are going on vacation. People are going to be out
taking
of
breaks,
office.
Taking breaks.
OOO, right?
The OOO.
So out of office messaging is something that you really want to be careful for. So this is kind of a cybersecurity tip.
Okay.
That you don't want to give out too much detailed information that a cyber criminal could use in order to perpetrate an attack against the business.
Right.
So we see this a lot of times. People will say, well, I'm out of office from this date until this date.
Yeah, exactly.
Or I'm attending a conference in Chicago.
Yeah, right.
And I'll be unable to respond to messaging. And then if you have a problem, reach out to Jan or Susie or whatever. So that's very detailed information.
Right. Yes.
That they can use then.
That they already have.
Yeah. And so they'll use that to create a social engineering attack to convince, maybe it's the person that you said, hey, reach out to this person if you need a problem.
Exactly, right.
And so they reach out to Susie, who's on your out-of-office message, and with a very convincing thing, say, hey, I know John's in Chicago at this conference, but I need this done. And
they sound familiar, like they know what they're speaking of.
Yep, exactly.
So it's sort of like when you go out of town and you tell everything on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, don't do that.
Wait and post those pictures when you come back.
Exactly. That's great.
Okay.
Advice.
Same
you
thing.
get the IT badge, Randy. I love it.
Thank you.
That's great.
Stamp it right there.
Awesome. So you want to be cautious about that. Don't give out too much detailed information. It's totally fine to use them.
Oh, sure.
But just be very vague. Say, hey, I'm going to be out of office, and if you have to put a date in there, you can. Don't tell them specifically who to contact. Just put the company information, those kind of things.
Keep them guessing. Just don't give it to them, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Windows 10.
Oh, yeah. So
that's a Windows 10 again. More talking points. Windows 10. We're all talking about that now.
Yes. October the 14th.
October the 14th. All right. 2025.
It is going to be end of life.
Okay.
If you still have computers running Windows 10, you need to get those updated.
Gotcha.
We don't want you to go past that date because Microsoft is not going to release any security patches after that point.
None.
And so very quickly those devices are going to become very susceptible to cyber attack.
Okay.
And then also chances are they're aging devices anyway.
Yeah.
So it's just going to cost you more money.
Sure.
Better to plan ahead and go ahead and start buying those computers now that you need to replace so that you don't have to worry about it after October.
October will be here before you know it.
Oh, it will, yes. This year's flying by, right?
It is flying by.
It's crazy.
We're already in the 5th month already. Well, the end of the 5th month already.
Yeah.
Wow. So
it's crazy.
Make sure you see Bob and the iSafe team to go ahead and get that done.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
Okay. So plan ahead and get it out of the way. The last thing,
is
Recycle IT.
I can't believe it. Talking about Recycle IT. That's somebody calling right now.
I know they're excited.
It is this
the phone
soon
is ringing
already. June the 6th. I feel like I'm on a telephone.
Yeah.
Hey, yes, can I help you? I can't believe talking about time going fast. Seemed like we just talked about this. Tell us all about it, Bob.
Yep. So Recycle IT is happening June the 6th.
Okay.
We're going to be at God's Outreach pretty much all day.
Sure.
And if you don't know what that is, we take old computer hardware and we recycle it. We destroy the hard drives. We have them run through a metal shredder, which meets all the compliance requirements for data destruction.
Okay.
And then we take 100% of the recycled money, the money that we get from the recycled goods, and donate it to God's Outreach to help feed the hungry.
And that's $1 is worth
$1 can purchase over $14 worth of food.
$14
because of their buying power. It's fantastic investment.
Fantastic.
And we've already helped them purchase over $100,000 worth of food.
Wow.
We're super excited about that. Our goal is to get over $200,000 this year.
Ooh, can they do it, folks?
Help us get that. Wow. Help us meet that goal.
That's incredible.
I've got some great news about 2 places you can drop off.
Okay, good.
So, yeah.
That information was coming up next.
Yeah, so you can drop off at God's Outreach between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. the day of.
Okay, got you.
You can drop it off there anytime that they're open, and I think their hours are Monday through Wednesday, 8 to noon.
Okay.
Yep, so you can do it there.
Okay.
And then you can drop off at our Lexington virtual office.
Okay.
And that's 710 East Main Street, Suite 110 in Lexington.
Nice. Okay.
Yep. And in Winchester, you can drop it off at the UPS store.
Oh, nice.
We have a virtual box there, and they'll take stuff for us. Yep.
Nice.
And then also, you can drop stuff off at Stuff's Recycling.
Oh, okay.
Which is where it's all going anyway.
Because that's where it's going to end up anyway.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, and just tell them it's for Recycle IT.
Okay.
And they'll hold on to the funds until we come over and pick it up.
Oh, very nice.
So Jerry over there is fantastic.
Okay.
And he's working with us to get that done.
Okay.
And so the other thing is that the goal is to raise money, right?
Sure, absolutely.
So it doesn't really matter if you have copper, aluminum, anything you want to contribute to help us raise money to feed the hungry. You're more than welcome to drop it off or just take it to Stuffs and recycle it.
Give
tell
that
them
too.
It's for Recycle IT.
Absolutely. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And all of this is available on your website, iSafeComplete.com.
That's right.
Okay. And I think you have a special landing page.
We do, yes.
Okay.
And we have a big link right there on the homepage.
Very easy.
It's Recycle IT. Yeah.
Excellent, Bob. Very easy to do. And it goes to a good work, God's Outreach, Madison County Food Bank.
That's right.
Wow. Yeah. Let's hit the 200,000 mark.
Yeah,
shall we?
Awesome.
All right. Okay. All right, Bob. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Randy.
It's already June.
It is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching this iSafeComplete.com tech update.